Ever feel like your prime is just a distant memory? Like that ship sailed ages ago? Or that the guy in the mirror shows more miles on the clock than actual magnetism? Well, let me be straight with you. That's mostly just noise. Truth is, the world and the people in it are probably sending you some pretty clear signals that you haven't just still got it. You might actually be more of a catch now than ever. The catch? You might be too caught up looking in the rearview mirror to even see them. Look, we've all been sort of trained to think that youth is the only thing that sells when it comes to attraction. But believe me, that story is getting old fast. So let's forget about that fleeting charm of youth for a second. What we're diving into here is a different kind of attractive, something deeper, more resonant, the kind of appeal that only time and experience can build. Think your best years for turning heads are long gone? What if I told you that what people are noticing more and more are the qualities that come with age? Things like emotional stability, genuine confidence, and yeah, even wisdom, and that these are becoming huge attraction triggers? And what if all those little interactions, those moments you just shrug off, are actually people picking up on a mature magnetism that's pretty hard to resist? That's what we're here for, to help you decode those signals and show you the 8 undeniable ways people are basically telling you you're hotter than you think. And the kicker? Age isn't your enemy in this game. It's your secret weapon. Okay, let's jump right into the first sign, and it's one that's so often misunderstood, the lingering look. You know the one. You're in a coffee shop, a meeting, maybe just walking down the street and you catch someone's eye. But it's not just a fleeting glance. Their gaze sticks with yours just a moment longer than you'd expect. Now, your gut reaction might be to chalk it up to politeness. Just a random thing, or maybe you even feel a little awkward about it. But hang on a second. Experts will tell you that holding eye contact a bit longer is a classic, often subconscious sign of interest and attraction. Think about it. With everyone's attention pulled in a million directions these days, someone choosing to hold your gaze isn't usually an accident. They're not just seeing you. They're noticing you. This isn't about aggressive staring, of course, but that slightly prolonged connection that creates a momentary bubble between two people. Younger men might experience this too, but for an older man, this lingering look often means something more to the person looking. Maybe they appreciate your presence, the story in your eyes, or that quiet confidence you give off without even trying. They could be intrigued by that vibe of experience you've got going on. Women, especially, often use these kinds of subtle, non-verbal cues to show they're interested, particularly when they find a mature guy attractive. You know, they might look, then quickly look away if you catch them, only to sneak another peek. That's not just them being friendly, it's often an invitation, a sign that they're curious about what's going on behind your eyes. So, next time you catch that extended eye contact, don't just shrug it off. It's a powerful, silent compliment and a pretty clear signal that someone finds you compelling. It's like they're saying, "Hey, I see you and I'm interested," without uttering a word. Sign number 2 is all about the kind of compliments you're getting. Sure, everyone appreciates a nice shirt comment, but when those compliments go a bit deeper, when they're about your character, your style, or just the way you carry yourself, that's when you should really listen up. And no, we're not just talking about your amazing or amazingly cheesy dad jokes, though hey, if they're always laughing, that's a bonus. We're talking about comments that zero in on those qualities that get better with age. Maybe someone compliments your unique style, the way you handle yourself, or even just how good you smell. This isn't just small talk. As guys get older, their style often becomes more them, less about chasing trends and more about showing who they are. When people pick up on that and appreciate it, they're recognizing your good taste and the fact you know yourself. Or maybe they compliment how calm you are, how you handle stress like a pro, or your smart take on things. These kinds of compliments, they're about your maturity, your emotional smarts, and the wisdom you've picked up along the way. Think about it. A 20-something isn't usually getting these kinds of props. And here's a big one. Listen for compliments about your fitness or energy. You know, the "you look great for your age," or "man, I hope I'm in that kind of shape when I'm older" comments. Now, that "for your age" part might make some guys cringe a little, but what's really behind it is admiration for your discipline, your self-respect, and your energy. It means people are noticing that you take care of yourself. These aren't just throwaway comments, they're signs that people see a spark and strength in you that they find really attractive. They see someone who values himself, and honestly, that's always appealing. Alright, sign number 3. People, and often younger folks, actually seek out your advice, and not just for directions or the time of day. They're not just after a quick answer. They're trying to tap into that bank of experience and what they see as your wisdom. That's a massive sign of respect, and let me tell you, respect is a big part of attraction. When someone comes to you with a work problem, a personal dilemma, or even asks for your take on life's bigger questions, they are implicitly acknowledging your journey. They see you as someone who has navigated challenges, learned valuable lessons, and gained insights that they find valuable. Older guys often have this sort of natural authority that comes from just having been around the block, and that can be incredibly appealing. Think about it. When a younger person comes to an older guy for advice, it usually means they trust and admire him. They see you as someone they can talk to, someone who knows a thing or two, and maybe even as a mentor or a steadying influence. They actually value having you around. It means they're not just seeing the years. They're seeing the knowledge you've gathered and the strength of character that's come with it. This kind of respect and genuine interest in what you think is a quiet but powerful way people show they find your maturity and experience really attractive. They're drawn to the man you are today, the one whose experiences have shaped him and who's learned a few things over the years. This leads us right into sign number 4, simply your presence. Ever notice how some older guys can walk into a room and just own it? Not by being loud or flashy, but with this quiet, self-assured vibe. You might not even be aware of it, but that calm confidence, that being comfortable in your own skin, it's incredibly magnetic. Younger guys might still be trying a bit too hard, maybe relying on bravado. But an attractive older man often just has this sense of ease and being grounded that people really connect with. This isn't arrogance, it's the opposite. It's that quiet confidence that comes from truly knowing who you are, what you've been through, and not feeling like you have to prove anything to anyone anymore. You've probably moved past those youthful insecurities that make people constantly look for approval. This self-assuredness shows in your body language. You likely stand taller, your movements are more deliberate, and you just look more relaxed. You don't fidget or display nervous energy. There's a certain calm to how you simply take up space. People are naturally drawn to that. They lean into your calm energy. Women, especially, often find this kind of mature, masculine presence deeply attractive. It suggests stability, emotional control, and a feeling of safety. They feel comfortable around you because you're comfortable with yourself. Simple as that. The way you listen more than you talk, the way you observe, how you respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting. These are all part of that powerful presence. It's not about needing to be the center of attention, but about having an undeniable energy that makes people notice you and feel good being around you. This unspoken authority and being centered are powerful signs of your mature appeal. So, if any of these signs are ringing a bell, or if you're starting to see yourself in a new, more confident way, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. And hey, if you want more tips on recognizing your own value and using those mature strengths to your advantage, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming up. We're all about helping guys like you see just how much you really bring to the table. Sign number 5 is a pretty big deal, and it can tell you a lot. Younger people, and yeah, often younger women, genuinely seem to enjoy being around you. They're not just being polite, they're actually chatting with you, laughing easily at your jokes, even the ones you thought were a little past their sell-by date. And sometimes they even seem to stick around a bit longer. This isn't about you trying to be one of the gang or acting younger than your years. Actually, it's often the other way around. They're drawn to your maturity, your different way of looking at things, and that sense of calm you have. Think about it. Younger folks are often dealing with a ton of social pressure, and, let's be honest, a lot of superficial online stuff. So, an older guy who's actually present, who listens without judging, and who isn't trying to be something he's not, that can be a total breath of fresh air. They might find your stories interesting, your experiences something to look up to, or they might just appreciate that you talk to them like a real person, with respect. You're not trying to compete with them, you're just offering a different kind of vibe. Now, this isn't always about romantic interest, not at all, but it definitely shows that your overall way of being is attractive and engaging. When people, and women in particular, feel comfortable, safe, and like they matter around a guy, especially a guy with your kind of confidence and life experience. They're naturally drawn in. So if they seek you out, start conversations, and seem genuinely into what you have to say, that's a strong signal. Your calm, steady presence and the wisdom you carry are things that a lot of people, no matter their age, find incredibly appealing. This flows perfectly into our sixth sign, your emotional stability. In a world that can feel pretty chaotic, a man who's emotionally grounded is like a lighthouse. And guys, that is seriously attractive. Younger guys are often still figuring out their emotions, which can mean they're a bit all over the place or quick to react. You though? You've probably been through a few storms yourself. You've learned how to handle tough situations calmly, to respond instead of just reacting, and to keep your cool when others might be losing theirs. This ability to stay calm, collected, and not easily shaken by whatever life throws at you makes people feel safe and relaxed around you. It's a huge part of attraction because it screams reliability and strength. When you don't get easily rattled, when you can be that steady rock during stressful or dramatic times, it's incredibly reassuring. Women especially are often very attracted to men who give off this vibe of emotional and mental stability. It's not about being cold or unfeeling, it's about having a mature grip on your emotions. It's about not just lashing out, taking a moment to think before you speak. That kind of composure under pressure, it shows huge confidence and frankly, a strong sense of masculinity. That's not something you can fake. It's earned, pure and simple. Life has probably taught you patience, how to bounce back, and how to see the bigger picture. You're probably not getting sucked into petty arguments or pointless drama anymore. This emotional maturity just leads to better talks and deeper connections with everyone. People trust you, they respect you, and they're drawn to that centered energy you have. It's a quiet kind of power that says a lot about the man you are today. Sign number 7 is all about catching those little, sometimes easy to miss flirting signals that might be headed your way. As guys get older, sometimes they tune these signals out, or just write them off as, oh, she's just being nice. But a lot of the time, these little cues are totally intentional, even if she's not fully aware she's doing it. So what are we talking about here? Could be a woman flipping her hair while she's talking to you, maybe subtly copying your posture or how you're moving, or that accidental light touch on your arm or shoulder when you're chatting. These are classic little signs, often unconscious, that she's interested and attracted. She might lean in a bit closer than she needs to when you're talking, even if it's not loud. Her smiles might be more frequent, seem really genuine, and her face might just light up a bit more when she's talking to you. Maybe she teases you a little, playfully, or asks you those what-if questions to see how you think and what you stand for. These aren't big, obvious moves, but they're definitely part of the subtle language of attraction. Women of all ages use body language to show they're interested. And if you're picking up on these little cues, it's probably because you're putting out an appealing, approachable vibe. She might hold your gaze just that extra second, or you might even notice her pupils get a bit bigger when she's talking to you. That's a real physiological response to attraction. She might just find reasons to be physically close to you, even when you're in a group. It's easy to miss these signals if you're not looking, or if you've talked yourself into thinking your days of getting that kind of attention are done. But if you keep your eyes open, you'll start seeing these little invitations. They're proof that your mature charm is definitely doing its thing. And finally, sign number 8. You've got this clear sense of purpose or direction in your life, something that really drives you beyond just the daily grind. This doesn't have to mean a high-flying career or massive ambitions, though it totally can. It's more about having passions, interests, or commitments that give your life meaning. Things you go after with real energy. A man who has a rich life with hobbies, passions, and stuff that gets him excited outside of just work or relationships. That's deeply attractive. It shows he's confident, balanced, and knows who he is without needing someone else to tell him. Whether it's mentoring someone, a creative project, a cause you care about, travel, or even a skill you're working on, your eyes light up. Your whole energy changes. That passion is infectious and incredibly appealing. It shows you're not just coasting. You're actively living, still learning, still growing, and still connecting with the world. This sense of purpose often gets clearer as guys get older. You've had more time to sort out what really matters to you, what kind of mark you want to leave. This isn't about bragging or being wrapped up in yourself. It's about having this quiet drive that other people find genuinely inspiring. People are drawn to those who have a why that lights them up. It hints at depth, character, and a forward drive that's way more compelling than someone who just seems to be drifting or only focused on their own comfort. When you've got that spark, that clear reason to get out of bed in the morning, it makes you undeniably hotter. It shows you've lived, sure, but you are far from finished. So those are 8 pretty undeniable signs that, as an older guy, you're likely way more attractive and appealing than you might be giving yourself credit for. It's not about trying to be young again. It's about realizing the genuine power and appeal that comes with your maturity, your experience, and the man you are right now. From those lingering looks, to the respect people show for your wisdom, the comfort they find in your steady presence, these are all proof of your lasting appeal. People are noticing your confidence, your unique style, your emotional smarts, and your quiet strength. These aren't things that disappear with age. They actually get deeper, more powerful. Age isn't some countdown to being irrelevant. It's a buildup of the very qualities that make a man truly captivating. What society considers hot is definitely changing, and mature masculinity is getting more and more of the spotlight it deserves. All right, now it's your turn. Which of these signs have you noticed in your own life? Or hey, maybe there's a sign we totally missed. Drop a comment below. Share your experiences, your thoughts. Let's get this conversation started. And if this has helped you see yourself in a bit of a new light, maybe feel a little more confident, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other guys who could use this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more stuff designed to help you own your age and your attractiveness. Remember, your prime isn't something you left behind. For many guys, it's right now, and it's only getting better. So, recognize these signals, own them, and walk tall with that confidence you've earned. You're definitely hotter than you think.